Good morning everyone. Today I'm going to be doing a very special type of video. I'm going to be doing my top 10 most expensive profitable items I sold on eBay in 2024. I do want to say that this year has been an incredible year. This is my first full official year. If you guys are new to the channel, last year I quit my job around February, March time frame to sell on eBay full time because of last year, because I quit pretty much at March. I didn't have full year's data. I'm going to have a full year's data. As of recording this video, it's still the end of December. There's still about a week and a half left in December. What I'm about to cover does not encompass the last week and a half, but for the most part, the whole year, what are the best selling items I have? So without further ado, let's get started. The first item here is this double RL jeans men's 3230 slim fit woven denim pants, and the main reason I'm showcasing these is because how I found it and the price I paid. Clothing has been a huge game changer this year for me. Previous year I was just barely learning clothing towards the end of it, and I found out that, you know, clothing does sell if you list it right. I used to not put measurements in my listing, and as you can see in this listing I have measurements and everything. So that's one thing. If you're going to be selling clothing, you need to have measurements. But another thing, you have to do a tremendous amount of studying, knowing what's in, knowing what sells. And double RL, here's the logo if you guys haven't seen it before, does sell. This one's I actually picked up at thrift store for $7.99, sold them for $124.99 full price. It took about a week to sell, but that's definitely good profit, even if I had to wait a week. This one is the Nikon Coolpix S8200 Black compact digital camera with the charger, and this one sold for $199.99, and at the estate sale they had it marked at $80. This was part of that huge Monster High Build-A-Bear estate sale haul I bought. I paid about $500 for everything, and this was a big chunk of it back. I've been in the profit. That estate sale made me so much money, and I'm so glad I went. Cameras have been another game changer. Digital cameras in specific sell huge, tremendous amount of money if you pick up the right ones, and they sell pretty fast as well. So that's been one huge game changer, and this Coolpix I think is the most expensive Coolpix I found. Definitely going to be looking out for more Coolpix in this upcoming year 2025. I gotta have more. I gotta have more. The next one right here is a pretty old one, and that's another reason why another summary page. It's the vintage leader Flutter meter LFM39. This one was sold as is, untested, and I ended up getting $179.99 full price, and it sold within a day of listing. This was an incredible sale. I had $10 into it at an estate sale. Probably my favorite estate sale company, which I haven't attended to their estate sales very much because they haven't had any, but this is a very good deal. And if you look at it, it just looks like your average device that might be worth like 50 bucks. $179.99, and if it was fully tested and working, this is upwards of 200. So definitely keep an eye out for meters and Flutter meters. The next one I'm going to show here is another estate sale find. This was the vintage Boss Chorus CE2 guitar pedal. This one sold for $179.99. Here's a better picture of what they look like. CE2, this was vintage, so that's one of the reasons why it sold it specifically, because it's made in Japan. And I bought this along with most of these pedals I picked up at the estate sale. I think I paid about $200 for all of them, maybe even $300, I can't remember, but made pretty good money on them. You can see $209.99, $95, $80, $98.17. This was actually the last one that just sold recently, and then this one right here was the big one. So I made tons of money on pedals. Pedals, do not sleep on them. There is some that are worth a tremendous amount of money. I like money. We're at number 6 now. This one right here was a tremendous sale, and I wasn't recording, unfortunately. It was one of those days where I went garage selling and I just found a pile of clothes and I was like, okay, I'll get them. And I got this along with vintage South Pole jeans. They were the wide leg and the faded. At that time, I didn't know those were that good. I ended up finding this sweater there as well. I paid $3 for the jeans and this one sold fast, same day, within minutes, for $199.99, and it had a blemish on it. If you look right here, there's a blemish on the front of the sweater, and it still sold for that much. Actually, this sweater can go for about $300 if it's perfect, but very, very happy overall. And once again, I want to mention clothing was a gigantic game changer this year. Without clothing, I wouldn't be making what I'm making now. Let me tell you, it's getting up there. I'm very happy with my year outcome, which is going to be in a separate video. In a future video, I'm going to share how much I made, but clothing was a big chunk of how profitable I've been this year. Money, money, money. Now we're getting to the top 5. This one right here was another tremendous sale. This Vans Iron Maiden Killers Classic slip-on shoes Eddie sold for $269.99. Now here's a better look at them. amazing, and then they were new with tags. That's why they went for that much. And if you look here, I spelled Maiden wrong. I spelled it Mater, and they still sold even with the accident. I remember it took like a couple days for it to sell, or a week or two, and that's possibly why it took so long to sell. But still, a tremendous amount of profit. I only paid $70 for it, and at an estate sale, and I bought several other things. This was a tremendous sale, and it opened my eyes to shoes. Shoes is another thing where I was sleeping on it last year and then most of this year, but now I've been looking at it more and more, especially after selling this, which was around February 29th. Another gigantic profit right here is Canon PowerShot ELPH 110HS digital camera with extras, and here's a better look at it. It even came with a box and all these accessories, and this camera was a tremendous find. It sold for $279.99 full price. Let me tell you, I only had $10 into this in an estate sale. The estate sale had it marked at 10, and the funny thing is, this estate sale, person in front of me, I was number 3 or 4 in line. The person in front of me wanted this camera. We walked in and she got distracted by something else for like a split second, and that split second helped me get it before her. She said, "You beat me to it." Oh well. So don't get distracted when you go to estate sales. If you have a mindset of what you want to get, buy it. I shouldn't have been able to get this, but I was able to get it, and it was a tremendous pickup. $279.99 is no joke for digital cameras, and hopefully this video has showed you so far that digital cameras can sell for huge money. Number 3, this one was another tremendous sale. This is the Dark Magician LOB Ultra Rare Unlimited Near Mint Wavy. So I explained in another video what wavy is, but if you could see these little lines going up and down the card, that is what made this card sell. So this card sold for $299.99 full price within seconds of listing, and once again, it's just because of the wavy lines. Now, if this was first edition, you're talking over $1,000 if it was wavy. So just keep that in mind. If it's not first edition and it's LOB or starter deck Yu-Gi or Kaiba, take a look at the holographic and make sure it's not wavy. If it's wavy, it's gonna add a tremendous amount of value to it. Yu-Gi-Oh is another gigantic bolo that people do sleep on because they don't know about it, and this was part of the huge Yu-Gi-Oh / video game buy I did at a garage sale. Ended up paying about $300 for everything at the garage sale, and just this card got me almost on my money back by itself. Cha-ching, cha-ching. Number 2, very similar situation, got it at the same garage sale. Red Eyes Black Dragon LOB 070 Ultra Rare Unlimited Wavy sold for $599.99 full price, and once again, it's because of the wavy lines going up and down. And this one, I even included a video showcasing the wavy. This was just a tremendous amount of profit on just this one card. I made so much money on this buy just strictly with the cards, not even counting the video game stuff. Actually, it allowed me to keep a tremendous amount of video game stuff from that collection buy. So I sold a bunch of the cards and kept a bunch of the games, which is a really good thing. So very happy overall with this one. If it wasn't for one other item, this would have been my biggest sale of the year. The big heavy hitter of this year was this Franklin Mint Collector's Edition Civil War Stratego. This sold for $1,300 plus shipping. It went overseas. I think it went to Spain or Portugal, one of those two countries. The person that bought it was a collector. Now, the reason that this sold for that much is because these are gold and silver plated pieces. There was a very limited amount of these. I don't know if the number was 50 or 100. I can't remember the top of my head. At an estate sale, I picked this up for $15, and I ended up buying that, several jackets, and it was an overall very good estate sale pickup. This is the biggest single item I sold this year. Tremendous amount of money for this pickup. This has just been a very, very good year for reselling for me. At first, when I started in January, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little worried because this was gonna be my first full year doing this full time, because again, last year I quit about March, end of February, March. I was a little bit worried, you know, I didn't have some income to work with from my old job. I'm very happy to say that it was a very successful year. There was some trials and tribulation, but it was well worth it. Hopefully this video has been helpful to you guys, and hopefully helps you guys look out for some of these items that have sold for me for a very large amount of money. Just overall, just educational purposes. Like that Franklin Mint, I wouldn't have looked twice at that had I not known, you know, to look for board games like that. One of the biggest things in this this reselling business is learning from others and learning on your own. I've been studying over and over. You actually have seen some of those videos, the bolo videos. That's helped me be successful in this game, and I'm going to continue doing that so I'm more successful this new year, 2025. Let me know in the comments below, have you guys found any of these items I covered in this video? And like always, remember to comment, like, and subscribe for more videos. Follow my Instagram and TikTok at GrimzyRaider. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see what I find next. Thanks, guys.